Happy Sunday, YouTube. Happy Sunday, X. I hope everybody's having a glorious Sunday. I hope everybody had a relaxing weekend. We are on the hunt, Cranksters. The Cranksters and the Coliseum are on the hunt. We've had some nice price action this entire week. This entire week has been nothing but bulls on parade. The Coliseum continues to be owned and operated by the bulls. Amazing to see. We have Ethereum. We're going to be going over a whole bunch of different assets over the next hour. Preparations, Sunday preparations before the Monday war, before tomorrow it all begins. Never trust a weekend pump. Whether it's slow grind up, big dump down, big dump, big pump. So let's try to get ourselves a good game plan. We'll go over a handful of different assets. Today we're going to be just going over Sunday preparations for our week in the Coliseum. We'll give it about another 5 minutes. We'll wait for more folks to get in here, and then we'll start ripping. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start. So first off, we got Bitcoin here. Let's just go out to a 2-hour. Bitcoin is stuck inside of this nice little range right here. And what we can see here is at least we're starting inside of this little range. Just this little tiny range right here. So we have an established low. Bitcoin really likes to hit this 116,800s. We bounced, and again we bounced a third time off of it. Really, what Bitcoin needs to do is it needs to seriously maintain and not buckle below 116.8 to the bottom of this 115,600. All right. If Bitcoin does end up coming in for any of these breaks of this liquidity right in here, another liquidity grab or a stop hunt, get ready because these alts are going to have a nice little tear. They're going to have a nice little breakdown, and that might be our last opportunity for the next week and a half. All right, to really get into some of these alt positions. But let's take it a little bit more local. Because with Bitcoin maintaining just this range right up in here, really just right up in here, she's trying to break out, fell back into, she's probably going to fall right back down to the range, 117,700s. This is giving all the fuel. If we just go to a 30-minute now, we can see that this range on Bitcoin, let's go from here to here, right up above. Just this little range right here, guys. And we're talking, this is from the bottom to today's price action is almost a day, almost 2 days. This price action right here has been fueling our alts. Without Bitcoin going too crazy on any of the moves, as long as Bitcoin can maintain sideways price action, these altcoins are going to continue just to pump. All right, we're seeing that right now with Ethereum. Ethereum was also inside of this range. You can see, came up, had a high, came down, sideways trade, long accumulation, and now she just trumpeted out this morning. And this pattern right here is what I'm expecting for Solana here in just a bit. We could see if we were just to compare Man, Ethereum right now. Let's stay on Ethereum because on the daily we just came up directly up to this resistance of 37.50s, 37.47s. All right, 37.47s. And right now we are testing. And you know, I'm sure you guys are seeing it across the board from a whole bunch of other influencers that we are testing this breakout right here. Look at this. We are breaking out right now. All right, when we pull a fib from our all-time high to our new low, our bull market low, all right, we can see that we just nuked right through our golden pocket. Our next stop is 41.30. 41.30, and then from there, the only way to chart this out is going to be this, this massive triangle pattern right here. We're breaking out. We pull it from here to here, and we can see that we have targets of Ethereum. All right, and we are breaking out. We have targets all the way up to $8,000, $7,600, $7,600 for ETH. As long as ETH can, well, it's all going to be based off of Biddy. As long as Biddy can't make any of these insane moves. If Bitcoin does, or if Ethereum does end up coming back down, back into this little support range, right in here, I'd say this is absolutely going to be a long signal. Absolutely going to be a long signal before we head up. Now, what we could do on these local time frames, what I like to do is I do pull fibs, okay, from these little runs just to see where could we maybe put in, see how we have the lows, low, higher low, this accumulation low. If we were to pull a fib, let's just say from here to here, look at that, right at the bottom here, we're looking at 36.30. This could possibly be our next low. If we do see that pullback today, tomorrow, again, we have these lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. It would make sense that we end up seeing this higher low one more time, and then we break out right up into that $4,000 range. So again, I would be totally setting today, after today's Ethereum pump, I would be setting alarms right around that 36.50 range, start getting notified, because Ethereum is going to probably bounce off of these two areas. And again, this is very local time frames. We're using 30 minutes, 30 to 20 minutes. But again, on the 30 minute, we can see here 36.30 would be our next pullback. And the ETH monthly is looking insane. Obviously, everyone's pointing this out. The ETH monthly, you know, when we're looking here, I know CryptoFace is pointing it out. Jason Casper's pointing it out, guys. Everything is super prime time. Now, even though you're hearing influencers saying that the monthly is amazing and it's super bullish, and it is, this is a very long time frame. This could be we totally could see a $3,000 Ethereum again, very, very easily. Okay, could we have a pullback? A $3,300 Ethereum. Monthly time frames, guys, are a very long time frame. You know, that pump that everyone's talking about in this bullish play out on the indicator could be November, December. It could be next week. But on these long time frames, I definitely need everybody to understand that on a monthly time frame, that is a very, very, very long time frame, okay? But yeah, absolutely. Market cipher, money flows thick. VWAPs anchoring just completely up right here. On the daily, I mean, momentum is just ridiculously high. RSIs are super tight. Money flow is still getting thicker. We go to the 4 hour. Man, we are... The only thing I don't like on this, which shows that we're probably going to have a pullback, is that on this next pump that we just had right here, up to this 37, what was it, 38, 38.25, 38.30 is this momentum wave is a little weaker on the push up. You can see here, this was a much stronger movement on the way up here. So if ETH does end up having that pullback that I'm talking about, guys, this could be the opportunity to get into that long before we go ballistically up towards $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. But yeah, absolutely. On the 30 minute here, you can see as she's chopping around up at the top, momentum just slightly getting a little weaker, just getting real choppy, but the money flow is real thick. RSI's pointed down, VWAP's pointing down. This is why I'm saying if we fall right back down into this range right now, anywhere down into this range, or if we do a stop hunt, a massive stop hunt of this, right down into here, I'd be looking at this 33, 34. Something like that. Which in reality, guys, after Ethereum pumps, you know, from 25, let's just say here, really at $2,800, I mean, we're up 40%. Could we easily pull back at least, 6%, 10% all day long? Absolutely we could, especially if Bitcoin decides to take another swing down here towards this 116,800s. But Ethereum was on an absolute tear today. All right, Ethereum was on an absolute tear. Everyone was trying to get a piece of this action. She's cooling off. And again, on market cipher, we could see, just based off of these momentum waves on the 10 minutes, all right, money flow slightly coming down. I don't think she's going to just completely buckle and dump. She hasn't really been dumping. You can see that we're just on this big, steady climb up. But this pullback could give you a good entry. Again, I'm looking at these 3600s as this support flip right here. And then if anything, this big accumulation range right here, that kind of led us up to the trumpet, which is going to be 3500s. You know, I think 3500s can totally be hit. And it looks like she's coming down. Solana, you know, I'm in a Solana trade right now. She's probably getting ready to come down to entry. You know, I got a decision to make. Am I going to lock in my profit right now, re-enter into this trade, or do I want to add to it? Right now, Solana could absolutely, if we look here on the 30-minute on Sol, and we just kind of compare this to Ethereum. All right, let's look at Sol. Let's go Ethereum up on top. Let's go Sol on the bottom. Let's go to a 30-minute. If we look at this here, Solana's barely testing this little resistance right here. Sol's barely retesting 182s. This is almost equivalent to Ethereum just testing this 3650s before it trumpeted. Look, we can see this large accumulation phase right here. Large accumulation on Solana. Large accumulation on Ethereum. We came up, slight resistance, and then we trumpeted out. I think Solana is, sometime today or tomorrow, is getting ready to do the exact same thing. I think Sol is getting ready to do the exact same thing. I think she's chopping around right now. She's trying to decide. Bitcoin needs to settle down, and then Solana's going to end up just... I have targets of Solana of 195s. All right, 195s, first pit stop. We go to a 2-hour here. Yeah, she's just... I mean, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. She's just slow climbing. You know, she can absolutely come back down here, do a quick little stop hunt, or just a liquidity grab, just something right in here where we had this high volume. Comes back down in here, kind of, and then takes off again. But Solana hasn't moved. Solana has not moved yet. I did post it on my X. I showed everybody on... let me just show it real quick here. Let's go to x.com. All right. We did post this... Here we go. We'll share this. We posted this out. Sol breakout setup. All right. We have a Sol breakout setup. I was showing here, guys, the target's a 195. If we bust out through 195, we're going to be heading up towards 216. Man, we got green dots, money flow, momentum curving up. I mean, everything right now, guys, shows that's on the daily for Solana. And let's go back here to Sol on the daily. If we look at this, Solana on the daily, we are just getting into the green money flow. We are just crossing over the zero line. We're just getting started. Momentum is still very, very high. I think that sometime this week, Solana is going to have that breakout. My targets, again, are going to be 195 for the first resistance. All right, 195, which is the beginning of this big breakdown. And then we're going to have even a bigger resistance coming up to this 215 or 216s, 219s. Which happens to be a golden pocket on the way up. And all I did was pull the fib from the highs to our lows, our all-time highs to our little bear market low here. Massive pullback, $95. All right, and we can see that Sol looks like she's ready just to trumpet right on out of this. All right, if we were to compare this to Ethereum, look, Ethereum, we're right here. Solana's just begging for it. Solana is just absolutely begging for a liftoff, okay? Same thing, XRP. We go to a 30-minute on XRP. She is just in this massive accumulation again. Undecisive buyers. These guys are coiling up XRP again for another breakout. I think XRP is getting ready. The fact that it is holding the previous all-time highs, 340s, 330s, accumulation, trying to break out everything, man. As long as Bitcoin can just maintain that 116, 119 range and not do anything crazy, I think the next week we're in for another crazy week in the Coliseum of just straight bullish momentum. All right. AVAX is trying. This is the other thing that I was talking about. AVAX. AVAX has finally broke out. It tried. Solana hasn't made this move yet, guys. Solana has not made this move. Large accumulation. Finally popped off. Solana has not done it yet. Solana, something's going on with Sol. Hopefully, she just doesn't plummet out of here. But she does look like she's ready to rock and roll. I do have a Sol trade open. My Sol trade, I'm going to just go ahead and show you guys. We got about $23,000 on the trade. I only used 3x leverage, $22,000 on the trade. Got a decision to make. Do I want to lock in at least $1,200, or do I want to add to it? Do I want to add if we do come back down to entry? All right, but right now, Solana's been holding this little, let's go to like a 15-minute here. Sol's trying to hold this little breakout range. She bounced off of it once. Let's see if she can bounce off of it twice. But we're up $1,200 up at the top. We were sitting up at about $2,000. My targets for this trade, I really wanted this trade at 195s. I might just sit in it. This has been my first set and forget in a while. But I do think that if Bitcoin comes back down to that 117 mark, if it breaks its little range, then we're probably coming back down to entry, and I have some decisions to make if I'm going to add to. But yeah, we're up at $1,200 worth of profits. My targets, again, if we get up towards 216, we make a quick 14,000. Again, I hate doing moon math, but I love doing moon math. Love doing moon math, but hate doing moon math because you're hoping, and hope's not a strategy. All we can do in day trading is have our protections, which are our stop loss. Have the probabilities are that Solana's getting ready to pump. Probabilities state that after we just watched AVAX just pump, Ethereum just pump. We got this large accumulation right here. 4 hour. I think she's getting ready to absolutely pump. All right. At least get up towards this, break this 185 right up in here. This 187. Get us up in the 192s, 195s, and then maybe cool off and then flip this right here into support. Maybe she breaks out, 196, 200s, and then she comes back, turns it into support. And this also could be another entry like that. Right here, right? If we come right back down to the 185s and then she gets up into that 216s like that. That's what I'm expecting for Solana literally this upcoming week. Almost everybody in the Coliseum, my premium chat is inside of the Solana trade. They all are partaking. They all are participating. And the other thing, too, congrats to the Coliseum, guys. Our calls this last week have been off the chart. We have been calling Solana. We have been calling XLM. We have been calling XRP from $2.99, man. Some of these guys rode these trades and just are fat trades, guys. All right, so I'm going to get the opportunity. If you'd want to join other traders, a lot of like-minded people, if you're on X, make sure to just click on my Telegram link. You're more than welcome just to jump over. It's a free Telegram group. If you're on YouTube, you could also click on it there, but make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you guys like the content. We've been doing a lot of scalp and chills as well. But a lot of these positions, guys, I mean, we've just been absolutely obliterating it. All right, we've been absolutely obliterating it. Let's get back over and we'll chart a couple more out. Let's chart a couple more out here. So, as long as Bitcoin can maintain this little range that it's in and we don't get any kind of crazy moves, meaning like this right here, because this is a 30-minute. We just kind of go from here to here. This is almost a 48 hours, guys. This is almost 2 days of Bitcoin just literally playing in this little accumulation right here. tried to break out, came down. Hopefully this is a higher low and she can come right back up. This would be the ultimate. If she can hold this right now with the current prices that Solana, Ethereum, XRP are holding, and she does get back up here towards this 119s, maybe puts in another high right up in here of, 121 like this. We can, man, these altcoins, guys, they're just gonna continue to rip. Absolutely continue to rip. All right. Again, we're inside of the Solana trade. One of my favorite coins that I have been making a boat ton of money on. Almost every trade I've been posting inside of the Cranksters Lounge for the P&Ls is XRP. Every pullback on XRP is mad bullish. Every pullback pumps, pullback pumps, pullback pumps. Every pullback has been a pump. If you're looking for easy scalps, make sure to have good risk management. Stop losses underneath this, but absolutely, this has been my favorite coin to be trading. These scalps, guys, will make you rich. You got to have a rhyme, a rhythm, be focused, especially when you're scalping on the, the 1, 5, and 15-minute time frames. These scalps right here and these ranges, all right? The Cranksters Coliseum, these guys are becoming professional scalpers, just like your boy Crypto Crank. They are learning every single day. I see the confidence being built in them. They are posting real these guys they're posting real P&Ls, no fluff, real game. I see the confidence in the P&Ls. They're monstrous, and I'm just super proud of our premium members in the Coliseum, in the trading Coliseum, in the arena, because these guys are absolutely annihilating these longs. They're smacking these shorts. They are absolutely catching these ranges here. They're catching it from all directions. And you guys, again, when you see other traders not posting P&Ls, actually taking positions, what's really cool about the P&L shots with Zoomex or with MEXC or with BitUnex, it gives you a time state. It's stamped. And when you see these P&Ls, you are able to just back test them. And again, there's no BS happening inside of the Coliseum. We are smacking these trades. They are time stamped. You can back test our strategy, and you guys can see exactly how we're doing it. So again, shout out absolutely to the Cranksters in the Coliseum. All right. Again, XRP, one of our favorite tokens to be scalping because it's just been too bullish, man. There's so much volume. And what I mean by volume, guys, I think almost every single crypto person out there once a day from either KuCoin, Crypto.com, Coinbase.com, MEXC, Zoomex, BitUnex, you're getting, what is your number one traded volume coin? It is XRP. If you haven't wrapped your head around how to scalp XRP, join the Coliseum with your boy Crypto Crank. We'll teach you. All right. Let's go to AVAX. AVAX here, again, also was inside of this accumulation. Look at this. We were climbing. This is, I'm just looking at the local 30-minute. Every time we break out, retest. All right? Tried to break out, couldn't do it. But anytime we see these pit stops, guys, and we don't come back down to the bottom of the range, you can absolutely take these trades. You're watching some of the professionals out there like CryptoFace. When these things try to break out and they come down and they don't come all the way down and they start accumulating again right here, probability states it is not coming back down. It is going to take a swing. That's why they stopped it right here mid swing. And this is exactly what you just saw. Another swing up on AVAX. Where could AVAX be going? AVAX right now, from the way I look at it, a lot of the times too, though, when you see the stairs, they take the window. So what I would say on a local time frame, like our 30-minute right now, let's just go ahead and pull a fib from this bottom to this high. I'd be looking for an AVAX long at $24. AVAX longs at 24. All right. I'd be looking for longs at $24 on AVAX. And again, guys, any of these positions that I'm talking about are very contingent upon Bitcoin. I teach in the Coliseum that Bitcoin is our number one indicator. Bitcoin is our number one indicator. If you've ever wondered why your altcoins took a shit, You look at Bitcoin and something like this happened, now you know why. There ain't nothing special about your shitcoin because it's going to be pegged to Bitcoin. Now, during an alt season, Bitcoin dominance is starting to plummet. You know, I had targets. I told everybody, guys, that if we see Bitcoin dominance finally break down from 62, at 62, this was a big hint right here, at 62%. All right, at 62%. I thought we were going to be hanging out inside of a range real quick here. Next pit stop is right below here, guys. If we break 60.3, I think it's going to be game on. This thing's going to waterfall, and then you're really going to get yourself a nice alt season. This is where we're going to see the Solanas easily hit the 216s, 230s, 256. You're going to see Ethereum's right at the 4100s. Maybe this time we get up towards the 4800s, 5Gs. You know, AVAX is just screaming $30. Chainlink is screaming 23. But Bitcoin dominance right now, guys, is absolutely, now this could be our range too. All right, this could also be our nice big range as well. If Bitcoin dominance does decide to bounce off, this was a big accumulation range right here before we bolted up. So 60.3 is going to be the tall tale sign. If we break through 60.3, man, you're going to have a full tilt alt season. This thing can just start waterfalling all the way down here, down into the 55 range, which means that, guys, you're pretty happy with your spot bags. Real happy with the spot bags. Let's look at Ethereum one more time here, guys, because ETH is just slowly coming down, but she's not plummeting. She's just slowly coming down. She is finding some support right here. This right here, guys, on a 30-minute. This is a 30-minute structure. If we do hold this range right here, guys, and she starts just, I would be taking longs here at 37.29. If not, we are going to be looking to take those back down into this range right here. All right, somewhere back down into this range at 3560s, 3500s. Polkadot has not broken out yet either, guys. If we go out here to the daily on Dot is, on our local time frame here, we just take our highs that were back here in May, just a couple months ago. This is literally back in May, guys. We can see here 540s all the way down to $3. We are just having a nice little pit stop here at the Golden Pocket. All right. It has not had its massive pump yet, guys. I do believe, Solana hasn't done it yet. AVAX has already done it. You know, we look at AVAX here. AVAX is ready to rock and roll, but it's a little bit higher. You guys can see the bullish momentum in some of these projects and what the whales are going after next after Ethereum. I believe we're going to see the follow through with Solana. Again, I'm hyped up on Solana right now because it looks great. Doge, we had our targets, guys. I told everybody, take the position here at 20 cents. The Doge call was given at 20 cents. All right, it was right here. If we go to a 30-minute, we can see our 20 cents was just playing around right here. It was actually right up on this. 20 and a half, 21, where we broke out, retested. And then I said, guys, this thing's absolutely going. She is getting ready, guys. Dogecoin is going to 25 cents, and look what happened. Absolutely blitzed up. And if you guys see here, every time we're breaking out, we're coming down to these little supports. You know, breakout, flip to support. If we get back down here into this 25 cents and this ends up becoming support and we kind of float around again, I'd be saying, man, if Bitcoin's just going to settle down and these alts are going to continue to run, then I think you guys can, safe to say, Dogecoin 25 to 24 cents before the next run up. If you're going to be trading Solana, all right, if you are going to be trading Solana, then Jupiter, Jupy baby, all right, is like a sister coin. Jupiter is the decentralized exchange on Solana. A lot of volumes pumped on it. A lot of people love Jupiter for the airdrops. That's still a good company. They're still burning coins. They're ripping, man. We go to a daily on this here. Look at this. This is just too beautiful. This right here on Jupiter, guys, is too beautiful. She is getting ready to trumpet. This right here is getting ready to rip. And it's going to be partnered up with Solana. All right, so the moment we start seeing this move, if we get anywhere near back into this range right here, guys, at 51 cents, if we have a sharp pullback at all, I'd be saying right here at 52 cents, 51.9, 52 cents. Quick little drop, boom. Next stop, 65 cents. Next stop, 65 cents on this. And she looks great, guys. If we just look at this on the daily, look at this is almost too textbook between the two coins. If we were to look at Market Cipher on the daily, okay, and we looked at Jupiter, just barely entering into the green. Let's compare it to our sister coin here, Solana. It runs on Solana. Let's also go to the daily. Look at this. Just getting started. Momentum waves super high. RSI super high. We are getting ready to see this next run, guys. The moment Ethereum's chilling, okay? Maybe ETH needs to jump up to just 4,100, and then these things are getting ready to run. That's the way the money rotation works. We're going to go to Bitcoin and then Ethereum. And actually, it was a little reversed. It went Bitcoin and then it went XRP. XRP ripped. XRP absolutely went ballistic, guys. So again, I think our next play here is going to be Solana, Jupiter, and these are the only coins that I'm really looking at. The only other one that I was looking at again today was going to be XLM, because it is getting ready to trumpet. This thing is flagging out, man. Again, let's go to a 30-minute here. Look at XLM. Ay, 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 ay. You can see, look at this puppy. Look at this puppy. She is so ready for another swing. And guys, just this move alone, just this little move alone right up here, okay? I'm just saying, she comes back down to 46. From here to here is 8%. Low leverage, 10x leverage, 3x leverage. You are going to make anywhere between 30 to 80% on this scalp, on this move. The power of leverage, all right? The power of leverage, but knowing where to take the positions. And again, this is what I teach inside of the Coliseum. Make your way over to the Telegram, get inside of the free chat, join us. Absolutely join us, guys. But on the 30-minute, this looks amazing. All right, this looks really, really good. Let's go to a 4-hour. Money flow is still very thick on the 4-hour. 1 hour. Look, money flow came up super, super, super thick. Money flow is curving back. Momentum is getting weak to the downside. On the 1 hour, momentum is getting weak to the downside. If we come back down one more time, let's just say we come back and we don't have this kind of a, like this upward channel, okay, that we're kind of looking at, and it's just more like flat, like a support. And let's just say we look at more touches from here to here, something like this. And she comes down to 45 cents. And we print another little momentum wave like this. Boom. Fire off, baby. She's getting ready to roll. Let's go to a 30-minute on it. Look, momentum is getting weak. Momentum's getting weak here, guys. VWAP curving upwards. 30-minute. We're barely just getting into the green. Look at what happens when we barely just get into the green and she pops. She can move. And the man, right up to 50 cents, guys. 50 cents on this. XLM's looking really, really good. All right. Let's go to a 10-minute on it. A 10-minute on her. Golly, I think she's just getting ready to rip, man. I really do. I think if she comes down at all, I'm going to take this position here at 45 cents. I'll end up taking my, I'll put my stop probably just right underneath. Amazing for the, I gave a freebie out there, guys. I did give that freebie, the XLM call. I made almost $5,600 on the XLM call. We shorted this puppy right up here at the top. We shorted it right at the top. Target was 46 cents. Boom, we actually came lower. 46 cents, I figured just right in here before she got a real strong bounce. She just went straight for it, right down to 45. Excellent, excellent trade. Let's look at, again, XLM looking real good. XRP. I told you guys this is my favorite coin to scalp. This is my favorite coin to scalp. If we come back down here, I might be interested in taking something. We're sitting on quite a bit of gunpowder, guys. We're sitting on quite a bit of gunpowder. We come over here to the exchange. I was going to full boat the Solana trade, but I said, you know what? Let me save it just in case she comes back down. Look, we're up $1,400. She's slow climbing. We still have another 70 grand, 70K of gunpowder to deploy, man, to try to catch. If we catch any of these moves, we're going to have just some monster trades. Shout out to Zoomex, my partnership, guys. You only have until August 6th to get your one-to-one match before I start a new campaign. I will be starting a new campaign August 6th. I have a handful of ideas for the cranksters. I think I'm going to reward you guys. We're going to do like a volume sprint, and then I'm going to actually just pay you guys for sure. Get some rewards out there for some high-volume traders for joining me. Also, shout out to Zoomex, because not just the one-to-one match. It is not just the one-to-one match. You guys just signing up underneath the Cranksters Coliseum, partnership with Zoomex, you are getting tier 4 fees, guys. I am seeing a lot of other influence out there saying, hey, join Femex, you get level 2. You only get level 2. You only get level 3. But guys, I am not an influencer. I'm Crypto Crank, and I am a day trader. I am a professional day trader, and I teach you guys how to limit in, limit out. And if we have to mark it out and we're flying out of these positions, we have the best fees out of any exchange, high liquidity exchange, and it is tier 4, not 2, not 3. Your boy Crank fought for you guys in the Coliseum for what matters. How to make more money on a trade by saving fees. If you guys get an opportunity to make your way into the Telegram, my link is posted. It's right here inside of the YouTube chat as well. You automatically, for all your crypto needs, whether it's spot, whether it's futures, all right, any of it, tier 4 fees. All right, let's see here. What else can we look at? What else can we look at? Is there any projects that you guys want me to take a look at? I don't. I'm not all over the board with my trades. And here's why. I explain in the Coliseum. The less you look at, the more focused you're going to be on what you do look at. We only trade a handful of high-volume assets, really everything that's going to be inside of the top 30. And the reason being is because they have large liquidity. We are able to scalp them. The moves are pretty predictable because they're paired up to Bitcoin. And it makes our world a lot easier when, in the world of day trading, you're playing probabilities with your system. How correct are you with your system? And the way I teach it, how we use Bitcoin as our indicator, the assets that are pretty synced up with Bitcoin, it's the best way to trade. And it's the best way I've learned how to trade anyways. But if you guys have any assets you guys want me to fly through, write them in the chat. More than happy to take a peek. I know that another one that the crew was looking at, all right, another one the crew was looking at that we were talking about was Flare. Some of these guys took these positions on Flare, and the reason being is because it's attached to XRP. Another, this thing just came up. She's slow climbing, guys. I think Flare's getting ready for another run. These guys did take this position. They're up 20%. There's their 20% move. Flare was killer. We could look at Sui. Let's look at Sui. Sui's also been super bullish. Sui's back to $4, guys. Let's go out to the daily on Sui here. Sui is at resistance right now on the daily. Okay, Sui is at resistance right now, but on the daily, we literally just came up to the 0 line. There is no weak momentum. Man, this thing's just been bulls on parade. Momentum is super high to the upside. RSIs are super tight. VWAP is now getting ready to curve back in. All right, VWAP is getting ready to curve back in. Sui's also primed. Sui is ready for another run. So now that we're looking at the daily, let's look at the 4-hour. All right, 4-hour. Money flow is still thick in the green. Let's go to the 1 hour here. Slowly coming down. So if she does end up pulling back, this almost looks identical, guys. So this is crazy right here on this pattern. Look at this. All right, look at this. Quick drop, blast. Quick drop. Eesh. I don't know, man. But she's looking good. Sui on this call right here. Look, she is just, golly. And if you go all the way back here, get rid of this one. Slow climbing, baby. If she comes anywhere near this 380s, I'd probably say fire off. If she fires back off into that 380, you know, it's a small pullback, especially at Bitcoin. Guys, it's all based off of Biddy. All based off of Biddy. But yeah, Sui. Let's go to a 30-minute. Yeah, if Sui comes back down anywhere into this range, guys, in this 380s, I'd say fire off. Stop loss is probably, I'd want it somewhere inside of this little volume, little push here. All right. If you guys got any more, let me know. We'll fire off on them. I'm looking right now. I'm looking right now to see if there's anything. Golly, XRP on the 4-hour. Look at that puppy. As Crypto Face would say, Chinese trumpet. She is ready to go. XRP, I would not be surprised if we spurt right to 380. 380 would be the next target. You can kind of see here, man, from this pump to this pump was 20%. Man, 20% moves again would be $4.50. 420. I think 380, guys. I think 380. Every time we've been, yeah, I think 380. I think this will be our next trumpet right up into here. Which means, where do we take the position on XRP? Well, in the established range, anywhere in here. This is very similar right here, you guys. Look. You can see here on XRP, we have an established range. We're breaking out. We're retesting. You know, 347s is a retest right here. And now she's ready to roll out. Especially if Biddy can just sideways trade. Nothing special, just sideways trade. $3,600. I don't know if she's gonna come back. What's up, Milton? And what's up, David Zapata? What's up, Juan? David Toth, Milton, Corey. Yep, Crypto Face is the man, dude. $2 million on the exchange, $22 million positions. Golly, I tell everybody. I do tell everybody. You want to be a basketball player? They say, I want to be LeBron or Jordan. I want to be a Kobe. Football, I want to be a Brady, day trader. I want to be a Crypto Face. I want to trade like Crypto Face, but I want to be Crypto Crank. I think my largest positions on the exchange are $2.5 million. What's going on, Diz? Yep, I want to be Crypto Crank, but I want to be doing $22 million positions one day. And it comes with time and consistency. And again, guys, day trading is all about consistency. Do you have a set of rules that you follow, and do you not deviate from your plan? I've heard some horror stories this week. Liquidations, the word liquidation. That's a nasty word. That is a nasty, nasty word in the world of day trading. Liquidation. All right? Liquidation means you blew by a stop loss because you didn't have one and you let it run and you were hopeful. You were hoping that a trade would return and it ran away from you. This is not day trading. And so again, guys, if you get an opportunity to make your way into the Telegram, join the Cranksters Lounge. Guys, it really does help being surrounded by other. Are my set of rules public in the Coliseum? In my trading Coliseum where I teach them. Again, guys, and the people that have been with me for almost a year, you can see they're also helping other crew members. They don't want to be bugged. but they, you know, they're here to get from me what they're also paying for. It's $49.99 a month for my Patreon, and we stream a lot together. But absolutely, where everybody's holding each other accountable. Everybody's got horror stories. Liquidation. That's a fucked up word. Liquidated. I caught a runner. I over leveraged. All right. This is not a set of rules. This is deviating from your rules. Again, day trading is strictly about having a plan, an entry, an exit, a stop loss. Now, every trade is different. Every trade is different. But also having patience to find your entries. All right. If you guys wait for what we call the God entries in the Coliseum, it's very simple to know where to put a stop loss. Very, very simple to know where to put a stop loss. Let's just go ahead and give an example on XRP. All right. When we have an established range, let's just go to a 20-minute. If everybody would just look at this, if you have a position here, and let's just say at 336.50, where would your stop loss be? Very simple. The break of the range, directly underneath. All right, directly underneath. If you were to take the entry here, all right, at 353, where would your stop loss be? All right, if you took this position, I'm sorry, at 348.50, it'd be literally at 348, it'd be right underneath. And the reason being is if you break this market structure, we're coming back down into this. If you break this market structure, we're coming back down into this. If you have patience and you wait, yeah, if you have patience and wait for the entries, correct entries, then to know where a stop loss would be is very, very simple. You take this position here. Where's your exit? Probably up at all-time highs, 365s. If she decides to continue scalping, it would be up at 355. And just even in this little range right here, from here to here is a 2% range with 10x leverage, with 3x leverage. Not a lot of leverage, all right? 3 to 10. 3 to 10x, you can make a lot of money with the radical scalp method that I teach. A lot of money. I've shown, guys, we've done these scalp and chills, all right? We have done these scalp and chills, all right, a lot at nighttime. And you guys are seeing me pop off $1,200, $1,800, $4,800 within 10 minutes of these scalps. But we have a plan. We have all the answers, and we don't deviate. All right, we don't deviate from the plan. All right. Oh, Solana. Solana, baby. Let's go back to, we're up to $1,700, guys. I really think I want Solana to trumpet, baby. Come on. Let's go over here to just a 30-minute. Solana stuck in this range right here. I need her to nuke out of this, boy. If she nukes out, if she can climb out and give me that nice little trumpet up to this 190s, we're up, again, almost $1,700 on the trade. We're sitting on almost 70 grand worth of gunpowder to fire off. If we see something special and juicy, if we end up getting up towards this 195, that'll be 6,700s. Really, my targets, guys, are 200s, 216s. You know, 216s, guys, is almost 15 grand on the trade. I'm looking for some of these set and forgets right now while I'm scalping. All right, while I'm scalping. So again, yep, while I'm scalping here, guys, we're looking at this. Solana could be ready to rock and roll, which means that Jupiter, if Jupiter's been slow stepping like this, if Jupe comes down at all, down into this range, I'm going to have to take some nice trades on Jupe. Now, with Jupiter, guys, it's very easy because every 2 cents is going to make you almost $900. I normally trade with $2,600 on Jupe, all right? And everyone's seen me take these trades. It's normally $2,600, 10x leverage, all right? One move from here to here is almost $900. Stop losses directly underneath. It's amazing. It's great. Very easy. Yeah, thanks, man. Discount. I don't even know how to say your name. I'm sorry, dude. Just started watching your lives. You love it. We'll look you up on other platforms. Yeah, come on over to the YouTube, man. Like and subscribe. Get on the X, all right? We can go back over here to my X account. We can see I did give the Solana call. I'm not a call group, guys, but I'm not a call group, all right? I made sure for almost 6 months to make sure that I told the Coliseum that I'm not a call group, but I did take care of them this entire week. Gave them all the calls that on all the trades that I was taking, and they were firing off, boy. They are firing off. Super proud of them. So again here, we did have the Solana, the entries, the targets, the reasons why we're taking the trades, and then I just pretty much told the world the Coliseum is locked and loaded, and we send it, baby. Let's go. Chainlink is the same as everything. Can we just range in June and tariffs scare in August? I'm expecting that in July. So let's just go over this last portion real quick, guys, here. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to BTC USD. Let's go to Bitstamp. The reason why we go to Bitstamp is because it's one of the oldest exchanges. It's going to give us majority of all of our data for a longer period of time. And look, I already have it saved for us. So let's just look at this real quick. Now that you're mentioning July, and then what happens when we go into August? If we just look here, look at this, guys. July 5th, the 4th of July, right here. We pump heavy. We go up almost 30%. All right. Look what happens July 29th. Look at the bottom of my screen right here, guys. At the bottom of my screen, you guys can see here, Monday, July 29th of 2024. Look what happens. Down and to the right. August is not a favorable month for crypto. Down and to the right. This is 2024. Let's zoom out. August 2023. July. Sideways traded, right? No big pumps, no big dumps. Look what happens in August. August 1st. July 29th, August 1st. Down and to the right. Hold on. Let's look at it. My bad. I keep forgetting on this StreamYard, man. I need to hit these tabs up at the top. So again, let's look at it one more time. 4th of July, ripped. July 29th, August 1st, down and to the right. Down and to the right. You guys should be able to see it now, right? Everything's good? Double check so we can keep going over this. Yeah, we're good. All right, good, yeah. So again, July 4th, July 29th, August 1st, down and to the right. That's 24. 23, July, June, July, August 1st, down and to the right. All right, let's zoom out again. This was the only one in the last 3 years, guys, where the month of June, July, in August, we ripped all the way up until September. All the way up until September 1st. You can see here that this was the year of 2021. This was the halving, right? We came and we ripped. This was the halving year, I believe. And we just ripped all the way up into till November, December, where we hit the double tops. Again, this is 21. And now if we go all the way back for a total of 5 years, all right, only one of the 5 years did we rip. And we go back here, look, August 1st, down and to the right. Now, let's also look at the upside, because August is going to give you guys, if history repeats itself, after we get a 30% pullback, 20 to 30% pullback, the entries leading into November, December for our blow-off top. Let's go ahead and look at that now. September, all the way to December. All right? All the way till, December. Look at this. December right here before we had the first big pullback. Ridiculous. We won't count this year because we've already had it, because at the end of September of 21, we buckled. And then we went into December, we ripped. So November, December, that's what happens afterwards. We also go back over here. Look at this. We go back to September. We ripped all the way up until January. This next big pump. All right. Could we see down and to the right these 30% pullbacks? And we can see here, from here to here is 30%. From here to here is 20%. So let's just say on average, if we saw a 25% pullback, well, guys, that puts us right around 100 grand. That's nothing. If we were to go from our all-time high right here of 123, 300s, you know, a 20% pullback is literally putting us at, you know, $98,000 to $100,000. This is nothing. This is nothing. All right? We literally would end up doing something like this. And this was super cool. And I love doing, let's go here. And I love this little bars pattern for some fun. You know, you see something like this. Boom. Can we see something like this? Whoop. Down and to the right. And then we go into September. Beautiful. This is how you do real moon math. Can we see something like that? The way we've seen it in history. Down and to the right. And then we go ballistic. Going into November, December. Can we see something? Down and to the right. Up into November, December. I think this is what we're about to see here, guys. Just based off of history. Just based off of the history. And absolutely, could Bitcoin in the next week give us one last final hoorah? CryptoFace thinks so. Jason Casper thinks so. They're great analysts. I think so as well. I think that on a 20 and a 30 minute here, all right, on a 20 and a 30 minute here, money flow is just flat. We haven't had anything drastic. We have this massive accumulation range right here. Look at from here to the top of this range right here. This is real accumulation here. Pops, accumulation again, pops, accumulation again. Guys, she's probably getting ready to pop again. Now, I think what needs to happen here is in the next, probably this next 4 or 5 days, Bitcoin dominance is going to have its last little drop, right? We go to the daily here, and we come down to this massive support right here at 60.3. If we come down to 60.3, your altcoins get one last big hoorah, and then Bitcoin gets its last little hoorah. Because it's Bitcoin dominance, I think, is probably going to end up coming back up for the next 4 or 5 months. Going to put in that new blow-off top. And then it's going to put in that blow-off top, and then our alt seasons, and then it's over with, guys. And then I think that the year of 26 is going to be just the continuation of the Bitcoin super cycle, where Bitcoin is going to be ranging between 75 and 150 grand. All right. Now, I say 150 because I think Bitcoin is going to peak anywhere between that. My number was 130s. The fact that we already touched 123s, I'm going to adjust it to, 150s. Probably 150s, man. But I do think that this is a Bitcoin super cycle. If we go to ETH BTC, let's go to ETH BTC. This thing's ready to rip. We're barely just hitting the resistance here. You know, she can rip. She can absolutely rip. I think pullback in August. Pullback, that's what we were looking about in history, is that typically the pullback in history is in August. That's what we just went over, was the August. Yeah. Solana. Come on, baby. Give me a trumpet. Just nuke out of this range and do something like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just rip it, baby. Just get on out of here. I think we might see that, but maybe she comes down one more time and then goes for it. But, you know, ETH is just, this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting something like this on Solana. It hasn't happened yet. Has not happened yet. So yeah, guys, we've been streaming for a quick hour. The only position that I'm in is my Solana trade right now. I'm waiting for something else to happen here. We're up almost $2,000 on the trade. We got, I did low leverage, let it, just to breathe. I'm expecting this to get up, try to make me anywhere between, 7 to 15 grand, depending on how high she can squeeze up to, get up into those 216s. That would be amazing. Yeah, or 2Gs on the trade. Let's look at old XR Pizzle. Look at XRP, guys. XRP looks like she's just ready to rip. Which means what hasn't ripped yet? This XLM trade. I think this is getting ready to rip, man. I think this looks even prettier. XLM looks way better than, because there's just more meat on the bone. I say that, but who knows how high fucking XRP can go. XRP blew my mind the other day. Golly, guys, on XRP, I cleared out almost $7,000 on the live stream. We cleared out almost $7,000 on the live stream, right? We caught this thing from like here, and it pumped up again up here to this 308. I closed the trade. All right. Locked it in. Even though, man, everything looked like she was going to go for more, I told everybody in the Cranksters Coliseum, guys, if we get back to 299, and again, I was already burnt. I already cleared out 7 grand for the day. I said, you know what? I'm just not going to. I didn't do a set and forget 299, and that day, guys, it just, this was, I full ported the bag originally for the 7 grand, and I even told the chat, man, golly, guys, this would have been 100 G's, man. Would have 100%ed my account. Would have been a quick 100 grand. Sick. It's all right. Woulda, shoulda, coulda, don't pay. Woulda, shoulda, coulda does not pay. What are we up here? We got 2 G's on this. Letting it breathe. Hopefully we see something cool today. Other than that, guys, I hope everybody has a glorious, glorious Sunday. Today was just the Cranksters Trading Coliseum Sunday preparations. We got a nice, exciting week ahead of us, unless we catch another tweet or a war or something crazy and stupid. We are looking at another week where the Bulls own the Coliseum. All right? And again, shout out to Zoomex. I'm going to keep preaching it to you guys because nobody has tier 4 fees. Nobody. Tier 4. With your boy Crank and the Cranksters Coliseum. August 6th will be the end of my campaign where you get the 1-to-1 match up to $100,000. And then I'll be running another campaign, but I think I'm going to do a volume campaign with all of us, guys. I think I just cleared out in the last month. I did almost 120 million with the trading volume. The Coliseum ended up doing a total of 80 mil. So, I want to do, I think for August, September, October, I want to do a volume push, and I'm going to pay you guys for these, for the volumes, for the heavy volume pushers, man, for sure. But again, I hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to go eat some lunch with my wife and kids. I'm going to enjoy my Sunday as well. I'll be sitting inside of my trade. If anything special happens, there we go. Look, whoa, there we go. We're up 25 hundo. I love it when we're getting ready to get off stream and we see some grand finale type shit, huh? Are we finally going to get the breakout? Ooh. Oh. Crypto Crank and the Cranksters Coliseum, baby. I bet you everybody. Let me check the chat. Chat. The Solana call is cooking. Razorback. Steven. A lot of these guys are inside of this trade, man. We're all waiting for this thing to trumpet out of here and make some dough. Come on, baby. Show us something cool. There you go. Trumpet, baby. And I really would, if you guys are watching on X, please make your way over. And there's a lot of you guys on X that are watching me. Make it over to just YouTube. Get yourself inside of the Cranksters Lounge. My link is on my X account as well. If you guys could please like and subscribe. If you guys like the content, man, you guys like the real personality. You guys actually like the P&Ls, live trading, the live scalps, the scalp and chills. You guys are more than welcome to join in. And if you'd like to learn how to day trade with me in the Coliseum, we'd love to have you in there. I think I'm liking ETH too right now, guys. I think I am liking ETH right now too. I like this 5-minute established range right here. I like this. I think ETH's getting ready to go. I think maybe if Ethereum comes right back down into the somewhat inside of this range, I think I might fire off on something just to see if today, because it's been bullish, man. It's been bullish. There goes ETH, man. I think ETH is getting ready to roll out. Come on, Solana. You got more of you. Do something cool. It's turning up, huh? There's Razorback. There's our boy. There's our boy. Come on, Solana. Trump it out for us, boy, and just cook it. Let's make some fat trades. Let's make some nice trades. Maybe I'll be live again if we do something, if this trade absolutely goes ballistic. Maybe she goes crazy. But I do think in the meantime, I'm going to go get some lunch real quick, guys. Go enjoy the family. Bitcoin's pulling back. See if we can get into this, see what happens with this Solana trade. See what happens with Ethereum. XRP pulling back down to the bottom of the range as well. Look at tragic. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Please like the stream. Make your way over and subscribe. Get inside of the Cranksters Coliseum. And I think I am going to take a little Ethereum scalp in here. Bitcoin's trying to hold out. I think this is getting ready to rip, so... ETH's been super bullish. Again, buy the pullbacks on super bullish days, guys. Write them out. Close them out. Yeah, absolutely. You guys have a wonderful day, okay? I'll check you guys out later.